keep in mind when you say not paying taxes, there's a common, kind of a misnomer, which sometimes you hear called a tax-free exchange. You're really just deferring the taxes. So when you do an exchange, that capital gain tax liability, it follows you, and we can talk about that, but it's not really tax-free. It's really tax deferred. So the basis, what we call your net adjusted basis in the property you give up, that gets rolled into the net adjusted basis of the replacement property. So it's tax deferral. Now, here's the flip side, Heather. Here's the cool thing. People like you and I and Ron, right? We exchange over and over and over, right? I'll probably never sell, or maybe won't sell very much. I'll just exchange and keep redeploying over and over. And maybe you go from single family to duplexes, fourplexes, get into apartment, maybe commercial. So you might change the nature of the investment a little bit, but you just keep exchanging over and over. So, and by the way, that's what the code allows. As long as you're not getting cash, you just get property. There's really no reason to recognize a taxable event until you actually get cash back in your pocket.
Yeah.
And
so
that's
Ron,
one of the things.
I was going to ask you about yours.
Well, I was just going to say that's one of the things that people really have a question about is, can I take a single family home and exchange it for an apartment building or something else? And the answer is, of course, yes. Of course you can. It's real estate for real estate, right?
Yeah.
Sorry, Heather. What were you going to ask?
No, I'm sorry. That was one of our worst blunders we've had in talking over each other. So did you use this back in the day in Kansas City, rehabbing your flips and stuff you were doing? Did you have to utilize a 1031 exchange?
No, because I was flipping properties, so that doesn't lend itself very well to 1031 exchanges.
Oh, because you were owning them, so I guess it didn't matter. Okay.
We just it was like our inventory. We were just selling all the time. So
hey Ron, let me kind of piggyback on what you were saying there. That's a really good distinction. So you can do an exchange on any property that you hold for investment. So that's typically going to be rented out unless it's a piece of raw land. That's different than if you hold property for sale, right? Flipping. So if I buy one, I want to flip it, sell it off. You might make a profit on it, but the intent is to hold it for sale purposes. So you can't do a 1031 exchange on flip property. Anything that's held for sale purposes is excluded. So it's got to be held for investment, which is generally going to be rental income, right? Long-term rental income. That's an important distinction there.